Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Mayor's Forum. I'm Mayor MIchael A Guido, and we want to welcome you to our show. Today we're going to be talking about a subject that's been discussed for a couple of years now, not without some controversy, but something that we believe is necessary, and that's the paid parking system. We're going to start off by introducing our guest today. On the show is Barry Murray, the Director of the Economic and Community Development Department. And next to him is Michael Aubry, the President of Parkrite Systems. They will be the operators of the parking decks and the parking lots. To begin with, I just want to remind everybody that we've been paying for parking through general tax dollars from our general fund. So when people are paying their taxes, some of it goes to police, some goes to fire, libraries, parks, and some goes to parking lots. We felt that it would be better for us not to take those valuable resources that we need for departments and operations of our city, but rather try to spread the cost out over the users of the system. And those users could be Dearborn residents or they could be non-residents, and the non-residents could help pay for the parking in our downtown. So what does somebody do when they pull in? They get a ticket?
It's pretty simple, actually. You would literally drive your car in and press a button, which is really clear and right in front of the gate. A ticket will come out of the machine. You'll go and you'll park your car. You can then stay for as long as you want within the West Dearborn system. And some businesses I know are going to validate that parking ticket for you. So they will literally affix a coupon or a sticker to that ticket. You then come back out to the lot. Upon exit, you would hand your ticket to the attendant in the booth. If it's validated, the gate arm will raise and you'll be free to go. And if it hasn't been validated, you'll just be charged accordingly to whatever the rate is for how long you stayed.
Right now we're looking at 50 cents an hour, or if you can do your business within 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes of the parking is free.
That's exactly right. Once that 31st minute hits, the 50 cents kicks in. It'll go 50 cents every hour, and it'll cap at $6, which will be the max.
Okay, so $6 for the whole day and night.
It would take you, 13 hours of parking to reach that level. So where most people would come in and have lunch or dinner in an hour or two, I'm estimating that most people would pay is anywhere from 50 cents to $1.
Okay. Barry, we talked a little bit at the beginning of the show about the necessity for paid parking, and other cities have had paid parking because they too look at it as a resource and try to pay for it from the revenues of the users. Is that a fair system?
Absolutely, Mayor. I think especially cities of our size, when you get to be 100,000 people and you've got a substantial downtown district, you have a lot of people coming from a lot of different places using that system, and I think it's really only fair to have the users pay for that system. All the studies have indicated that once people use it for a little while, it's really a fairly incidental cost, and it does so much for us in terms of helping us to pay for improvements and other things that keep our downtown district strong.
We had paid parking in the 50s and 60s and early 70s. In about 1974-75, we eliminated the paid parking, the parking meters, and went to a free system. And now we're returning to the paid parking system so that the costs of the special assessments to maintain those lots and to build the decks would be paid for by the users as opposed to all the general taxpayers.
And that should be, I would think, a plus for everybody. And as you said, I think it's probably the fairest way to go.
One of the things that when we built the decks, we wanted to make them light and airy, so we have higher ceilings. They're not as compressed as some parking decks. We wanted them to be very well lit, which they are, and very safe. Maybe you could talk a little bit about the parking decks that we built behind the old Jacobson site.
We've been operating parking decks for 30 years, and I can honestly tell you that these are two of the nicest that we've ever come across. They are constructed beautifully, the facade, and they're extremely aesthetic from the outside. And in terms of actually parking your vehicle, there's nice wide spaces, nice wide driving lanes, which makes it very convenient for the users. They're as well lit as I've seen. Whoever was responsible for building those, they did a really nice job and should be congratulated.
How many spaces do we have in that district?
A little over 1,700 total parking spaces within the system
that are available for people that want to dine or shop or visit. We've discussed this, and we're going to be implementing kind of a learning curve, if you will. The back fence was mailed to every home and business in the city of Dearborn, and on the front page of this edition talks about the user-paid parking system, and there's also a coupon in there so people can get a couple of free uses. And we also have some coupons that will be randomly given out by draw, and some of them are worth $5 or $10 or $20 for for parking, and some lucky winners will get $20 worth of parking, which will be good for a couple of months anyway. At 50 cents an hour, that's a lot of parking.
I think that Dearborn has done a great job of giving people convenient alternatives to pay. You guys have a smart card or a debit card that's going to be implemented, and these cards can be used at any of the lots or any of the metered locations. You can get those cards from the east parking deck, where Parkright's going to keep an office. We'll have normal business hours, 8 to 4 p.m. for people who want to buy those cards to make it convenient to pay.
If you have one of these cards in your wallet, you just slide it in, you deduct it right from the card, and you're on your way. So it makes it even more convenient. So we do have really good technology.
It's state of the art. You guys are really advanced.
We had asked some of the merchants to participate in a system where they would validate the parking, because if you're patronizing their business, they would give you the courtesy of validating your parking. Do we know who all's going to be involved in that yet, or is it still open for merchants to become involved with validating the parking?
Yes, it is still open, Mayor, and I don't think we have a good enough count right now to be able to provide a listing, but we certainly will do that as soon as we can.
And if the people that you visit on a frequent basis aren't validating, you might want to ask them to do so. Mike, you mentioned a sticker.
Mm-hmm. The businesses can simply come to the east deck where we'll have that managerial office, and they can buy the stickers. So they will literally buy 50-cent stickers. You as a paid parker would come into the lot, bring your ticket with you to whatever venue you go to, and simply give your ticket to those restaurants or bars or other establishments that would validate it. And they will literally affix stickers based on how long you've been there.
So there are many options for the casual diner or shopper or whatever that comes to the district. So Saturdays, it's the first 2 hours are free.
Yes.
And Sundays, it's free all day.
All day. The gates will be open in the lots, and you can come and go as you please.
That's all good stuff to know. Just a reminder to check the back fence and get an automatic coupon. Everybody gets a coupon for a couple hours of free parking. I want to thank Barry Murray and Mike Aubrey for being on the Mayor's Forum, and I want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.